hard against this deal for months. Yet there are serious concerns that elements within the State Department continue to support it, even as Iran targets Diego Garcia with ballistic missiles. Public reporting indicates that support for this agreement originated within the Political Military Affairs Bureau, and that State doubled down in a February statement announcing a PM delegation to Mauritius.
Welcome back to America Wake. I'm Wilson. What you just watched was a pretty revealing exchange between Senator Ted Cruz and a State Department official. Cruz came in with a simple question about the Chagos Islands deal and whether the administration supports it. Instead of getting a direct answer, he got a lot of explanations that seemed to avoid the question itself. What stood out to me was how Cruz kept bringing the conversation back to one thing. If President Trump has been clear about opposing this deal, why was there a State Department statement that appeared to support it? Today we're going to break down the key moments from this hearing, why Diego Garcia matters so much to American national security, and why Ted Cruz's questions deserve attention. Before we get started, make sure you like this video, subscribe to America Wake, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's dive in.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I find it troubling that the United Kingdom is prepared to transfer the Chagos Archipelago to Mauritius, a deal that is straightforwardly dangerous to U.S. interests. Mauritius is closely aligned to Beijing, and the transfer gives China leverage over one of our most strategic military assets, significantly impacting our ability to operate from Diego Garcia. I have argued that giving the Chagos Archipelago to Mauritius is in direct violation of the United Kingdom's treaty commitments to the United States, where the United Kingdom agreed to keep the base under British control and out of foreign control. President Trump has been pressing back very hard against this deal for months. Yet there are serious concerns that elements within the State Department continue to support it, even as Iran targets Diego Garcia with ballistic missiles. Public reporting indicates that support for this agreement originated within the Political Military Affairs Bureau, and that State doubled down in a February statement announcing a PM delegation to Mauritius. So let me ask you directly, do you support the Chagos Island deal between the United Kingdom and Mauritius?
Thanks for the question, Senator. I think the president's been pretty clear that, and obviously I follow the president's policy lead, specific to Diego Garcia. The most important thing that we have to have, and I agree with your assessment on the potential concerns with the Chinese as well, but the preservation of Diego Garcia as a forward operating base for the U.S. military, again, slightly outside of my purview, is without question the priority of the administration and of the State Department.
So I agree with you that the president has been quite clear, but I'd like to get you explicitly on the record with a yes or no answer. Do you support the Chagos Island deal between the United Kingdom and Mauritius?
Again, I'm unclear the current state of the negotiation between the United Kingdom and Mauritius. Again, what I support is that the United States have the ability to use Diego Garcia. And again, I don't, your reference to elements inside the State Department, I don't know where those elements are. The Political Military Bureau answers to me. I answer to Secretary Rubio, of course, to the president. So we would be completely aligned with the president and the secretary's guidance on that.
Well, let me help you out because there appears to be some real tension. On February 18th, President Trump issued the following Truth Social. I had been telling Prime Minister Keir Starmer of the United Kingdom that leases are no good when it comes to countries, and that he is making a big mistake by entering a 100-year lease with whoever it is that is claiming right, title, and interest to Diego Garcia, strategically located in the Indian Ocean. Our relationship with the United Kingdom is strong and a powerful one, and it has been for many years, but Prime Minister Starmer is losing control of this important island by claims of entities never known of before. In our opinion, they are fictitious in nature. And just to resolve any ambiguity, the Truth Social ends with, in all caps, "Do not give away Diego Garcia!" exclamation mark. Is there any ambiguity in what the president said on February 18th?
No, sir. There's not.
Okay, so then why did the PM Bureau announce a delegation to Mauritius and signal its support for the deal? And the official statement says, and I quote, "The U.S. supports the decision of the U.K. to proceed with its agreement with Mauritius concerning the Chagos Archipelago." How do you reconcile that statement from state with the president's statement on the same topic?
Well, I don't think any delegation actually went, most importantly, because the president sets the policy, and we implement the president's policy.
Well, I would ask you to figure out who the hell wrote that statement that the U.S. supports this deal, and why they are putting out statements from the Department of State that are directly contrary to the position of the President of the United States, who is charged with the responsibility of making that decision.
Yeah, and just one other statement, I think I would agree certainly that the UK would be the partner of choice there. There's no daylight between me or anybody at the State Department and the President.
Well, I am very glad to hear it because, as we have seen with the recent targeting of Diego Garcia by Iran, this base is critically important for protecting American national security interest. And if the United Kingdom is to compromise that base, that would, A, harm our national security interest, and B, be in direct violation of a binding treaty between the United States and the United Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cruz. I suspect, I could be wrong, but I suspect that the White House has already figured out who authorized that text that went out.
And
I'd be interested in hearing.
And if they haven't, I hope this questioning will accelerate that process.
I expect that will help.
After watching that entire exchange, I think Ted Cruz was asking the questions that needed to be asked. This wasn't a complicated issue. Cruz wasn't asking for classified information. He wasn't looking for a lengthy explanation. He asked a direct question and never really got a direct answer. That's what jumped out at me. Diego Garcia is one of America's most important military bases. It plays a major role in projecting U.S. power and protecting American interests across several regions. When Cruz talks about protecting that base, he's talking about a serious national security issue. What made this hearing interesting is that Cruz wasn't relying on rumors or speculation. He pointed directly to President Trump's public statements opposing the deal. He even read those statements into the record. The message seemed pretty clear. President Trump said not to give away Diego Garcia. When Cruz asked whether there was any ambiguity in that position, the official agreed there wasn't. So, naturally, the next question becomes, why did a State Department statement appear to support the agreement? That's a fair question. If the administration has one position publicly and another message comes from within the government, people deserve an explanation. That's why Cruz kept pressing the issue. I also think Cruz was right to raise concerns about China. Whether you agree with every part of his argument or not, the possibility of a strategic location becoming vulnerable to foreign influence is something policymakers should take seriously. What I appreciated most was that Cruz didn't let the conversation drift away from accountability. He kept bringing it back to the same point. Who approved the statement? Why was it issued? How does it match the president's policy? Those questions were never fully answered. By the end of the hearing, I think Cruz accomplished what he set out to do. He put the contradiction on the record, drew attention to an important national security issue, and forced people to take a closer look at what was happening behind the scenes. That's why this exchange mattered. It wasn't just about one island or one statement. It was about transparency, accountability, and making sure government agencies are speaking with a clear and consistent voice on issues that affect American security. But that's my take. What do you think? Did Ted Cruz expose a real problem here? Or do you think the concerns are overblown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. I'm Wilson. This is America Wake, and I'll see you in the next one.